If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed. Northern Scoundrel in the house. Song numero dos. Misery business pick. Here we go. Timo Rautiainen and trio Niskalaukaus. NY Nit on Mies is the name of the song. Not really a big intro.
Right down here.
Timo is a Finnish heavy metal band formed in 1996. This song is from their second EP, Kulien Partala, in 2001. Okay? I am butchering the hell out of these terms. So if you're Finnish,
Apologies.
1,000 apologies.
Okay, and I'm not taking a stab at it because if I did, you guys would be very offended. His reading is better than mine.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're doing spit blood when I wake up.
I spit blood when I wake up.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Let's go, you guys. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out. I didn't hear a word you said. Okay. This is going to be interesting. All right, guys. Here we go. Song number dos. Neat on Mace. Let's do it. Video. shit. That guy was living like, I don't know. Is the frog like the national anthem of the...
Stop that.
The national...
the animal? The national whatever, like, we have the turkey for Maine.
Yeah, Jamaica's like the, what do you call that? The bird, the smallest bird.
No, we had the chickadee.
It's the smallest bird in the world.
A hummingbird.
Yeah, that's Jamaica's. Delaney in the house. Hey, gang shit. Tool? Have we listened to Tool here?
Who's that?
The band Tool. That was
Babe, obviously because we did John Lennon and all this, so I'm acting like I don't know, but you believe me.
So the song starts off by saying, "Now there's a man."
Yeah. I wonder what that actually sounds like in their language. You know what I mean?
That's what they were. That thing that they were repeating at the end of the song is the same. Is that line?
Yes, but I'm saying like it sounds different because that's the American, like that's the English way of saying "now there's a man." I wonder if in Finnish there's like a little bit of if it sounds a little different, and that's how it got translated. See what I'm saying?
Did you hear it? Like you heard it on the song.
I heard the sound, but I don't know if their words are the same. If it translates the same, because "now there's a man" sounds a little odd. But it probably sounds different in Finnish, in their own language. Okay, so now there's a man. On the shore of a small lake, a long time ago lost, stands a lonely cottage, the house of the hardest. Marching in his own land, his own boots. So it kind of seemed like that there was like different sections, like different little stories. Is that what you got from it? Or was it all connected to you?
I kind of saw a theme, but go ahead.
No, I didn't catch a theme. So I would have just said like, Maybe there is. Marching in his own land, his own boots on his feet. They do not stumble in rocks, but kicks them off. So he lives in a cottage. It's a lonely place. He's gone through a lot of hard times there. But marching in his own land, okay, I guess he just goes walking around on his property on the cottage, and he takes his shoes off. Like, I'm a little confused. He does not stumble in rocks, but kicks them off.
I mean, the entirety of the song starts off with... It starts and ends with saying, "There's a man." So
yes,
it's obviously some sort of commentary on masculinity.
Stuff, yeah.
So on the shore of a small lake, a long time ago lost, stands a lonely cottage, the house of the hardest man. Marching in his own land, his own boots on his own feet.
A hard life.
I mean, it could be. I mean, the house of the hardest. I'm just assuming that they're talking about him and the kind of life that he leads. And then he says... He's marching in his own land, his own boots on his feet. They don't stumble in rocks, but he kicks them off. Now there's a man. Ready for the big moment. Half a bottle enjoyed. His head presses into the corner of the cabin. The princer seeks something to be treated. I think he's gonna like harm himself, this guy.
Oh.
That's why it says the pincers are ready for a patient or something like that.
The pincers seek something to be treated, but I don't know what pincers are.
You know, those pincers are...
Pinchers?
You know how they say, like, pincer grip with a child? Like,
no, that's not familiar to me. Pincer grip?
Yeah, we've talked about it literally every time one of our kids do that.
I thought you were saying pincher. Whenever, like, pincher, but pincer? I feel like I never heard that word before.
So he says, ready for the big moment.
But where are these pincers coming? I'm confused. Where are these pincers coming from that are doing what?
So he's marching in his own land, his own boots on his feet. They do not stumble in rocks, but he kicks him off. Now there's a man. Then it says, he's ready for the big moment. Mm-hmm. Half a bottle enjoyed. So he's getting himself ready for something, right? Mm-hmm. And in order to do that, he drinks down half a bottle. So again, like this just sounds like he's a guy who's isolated in his little cottage, and he's just going to end his life, is what it looks like to me.
Oh, okay.
Losing mind, voice remains, blood fills the throat, mouth. Yes, a man can endure the pain, but not the shame. So
something must have happened.
He's harming himself or whatever. I'm hoping it won't be a snowstorm that like the last time I saw them. When I wake up in the morning, I prepare myself for the day by rehearsing all those things where I have failed in my life and all those opportunities I've failed to exercise. You know nothing. I know everything. I don't need your support. I don't need your help. I myself will dig my own grave next to the finest stone. I myself will bear my own cross. That last trip will be the worst. And then it says, now there's a man. So it just looks like to me like he's looking at the prospect of his life, and he's finding inspiration from this other guy who did this thing to himself, is what it looks like to me. So he's looking to that other guy for inspiration, and then he looks to himself and he goes, and I wake up in the morning and prepare myself for the day by rehearsing all those things where I failed in my life, in all the opportunities I failed to exercise. So it looks to me like, and it says he can bear the pain, but he can't bear the shame. So it looks like he lost somehow, or something in life didn't turn out the way he wanted it to, or whatever. And he's drawing inspiration, it looks like, from this dude who, you know, went out on his own terms, if you will. Say it that way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Losing my voice. Okay.
Tomorrow the house will be open for the Madalha.
Wow, okay.
And then I know, you know nothing, I know everything. I mean, look, if you want to be, if you want to destroy your life, that's the way to do it. You know, isolate yourself.
Isolation.
And, you know, you don't really need anybody. And, you know, it's a tough balance, you know, between introversion and extroversion. Like, we were watching that thing about the cold. Remember that thing about the cold? And then the guy, like, went into the...
I wish I knew the guy's name. He's an essayist.
Antarctica. Yeah, Jacob Geller. But he went to Antarctica or whatever by himself. And he almost froze to death out there. And he wouldn't call his friends to help him. They actually went in there and saved his life, but he wouldn't call them because he
was afraid that they would kill him, that they would get killed coming to save him. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was really dangerous.
Yeah. But his stove, I guess, had was putting off the carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
And so he didn't know, but he was getting deathly ill because it was it was over for him. But if he turned off the stove, he was going to die from freezing.
There's a lot of self-awareness here, though. He's like, I don't need your support. I don't need your help. I myself will dig my own grave.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's so irrational, too. Like, the idea that you could be that, okay, he's that self-sustaining. He's going to dig his own grave. Yeah, but how are you going to get in and get yourself covered up? And how are you going to cover yourself with those rocks you were talking about? Like, you can't do that alone.
Rocks?
Didn't he say something about the rocks? Right there. I don't need your help. I myself will dig my own grave next to the finest stone, and I myself will bear my own cross. The last trip worst.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about burying himself.
Well, when he said stone, the finest stone, I just thought that was when they put the rocks over the grave.
I think he's saying that he probably knows the site where the first guy died, and he says, I'm just going to die next to him.
Oh, my God.
You know, the tombstone?
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Because
he says
the finest stone.
They do not stumble on rocks. He kicks them off. So this is the rock thing was just, look how self-sufficient this guy is. Even rocks in the road can't stop him from his purpose. So he was never saying he was going to bury himself in a rock.
Okay, all right.
But that's a smart line, though. It's very self-aware. Because it's like, if you tell all of your friends, I don't need your help, I don't need your support, you're absolutely digging your own grave, bro. So this is a guy who's extremely aware of where he's at. And I don't know, man, winter and I'm becoming increasingly surprised at how, shout out to Middle Earth, I become increasingly surprised as to how the environment determines so much in
my word,
people's moods.
Yeah,
to the point of vitamin D absorption relative to the sun, for God's sake. It really changes things, and it makes me so surprised that there are not millions of death metal bands and black metal bands from Maine. It's crazy to me that Florida
I know,
has more bands than Maine. There's so much to do in Florida.
I think that there is something to be said about the way that people feel depressed. You know what I mean? When you're depressed, you don't want to do anything. So maybe there's not a lot of opportunities in Maine and stuff. So maybe it's and how big can the black metal scene be? And as in doing live shows and stuff like that, how big do you think it would be here?
What I'm saying is everybody and their mother should be in a band here. There's nothing to do.
Right. Give yourself something to do.
Florida, there's just so much shit to do. Like, I could see why you wouldn't get proficient at your instrument, but I mean, good night. But the Europeans, like, they just kill it. They're like, all these Europeans, they're just churning out bands by like the hundreds of like every year. Man, it's a mentality. It's not like you should have a bunch of bands from this state, dude. Because, like you said, there's nothing to do. To your point, in Florida,
there are music stores in almost every town here.
Yeah,
you can find a music store.
Yeah, it's like that's like, come on.
Yeah,
because all you can do is shit inside anyway in Maine.
Texas
is another one. Yeah, Texas has a bunch of metal bands. Really? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, what do you get? This song was it was kind of like new metal-y a little bit in the decisions that they made. Mm-hmm. This is 7.5 for me.
It's an 8 for me.
An 8. Okay. Mm-hmm. That was song number 2, dear listener. We're coming right back.
We got a lot more time to hang out.
Missouri has less bands than Maine. Probably. But was it Missouri? Is that the Show Me State, Missouri?
I'm not sure. It sounds
yeah, but I think I'd be very surprised if Maine has more bands than Missouri, but I mean, hey, it's possible. It's just weird. Our band ain't gonna come from here anymore.
That's right.
Turn it up right now. All right, dear listener, we shall return. Another one coming down the way. So, Vin, Israel or Gaza? I read many books. 3 of the books that I have read are causing all the problems. I don't believe in gods, but so, I'm always on the side of the underdog. So you can put that together somehow. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gong. I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.